get the engine started, right? Get the engine started, do your checks, right? And then have a little plan, brief the crew. Or if you're single-handed, like, how is this going to go?
Exactly.
You know, once I get this boat untied, what's going to happen? Am I going to be blown back or whatever? So
Not to interrupt, but I just noticed we have a cleat here as well.
Yep.
So
that's probably
two.
Yeah, for the furling line and for the winch. Yep. So again, you would get the most upper line last, and then second to the last would be the one that's keeping the boat straight in the slip. Most times they're on the same side of the boat. Not necessarily. If the current's running or the wind's blowing funky, then it could be on opposite sides of the slip.
Okay.
So, but at the very least, you've thought about the plan. You know, my aviation background makes me checklist oriented.
Yes.
And like the last thing on my checklist is the plan. Brief the plan. Think about how you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
And I'll send you my checklist too.
Awesome. I love checklists.
And you can use that. You can use that as you will. So I have a pre-start checklist, I have a post-start checklist, and the last thing on the checklist is the game plan. How we're going to be. But today we're kind of going to motor forward against this spring line right here.
Okay.
In idle forward. And that's going to pin the boat against the pier here. Okay. And the wheel is going to control the alignment of the boat. Okay. And the throttle is going to control the amount of pressure.
That will be wheel turned away from the dock, correct?
Yes.
So to the starboard side, which will snug me into the dock.
Yep, exactly. And we'll mess with that a little bit once we get
I'm gonna put my life vest on too, because I'm gonna always be single-handing, so I want to be used to doing this with my gear that I'll actually be wearing.
Okay, request permission to come aboard.
Permission granted. I'm ex-Navy too. I've heard that a million. Half the time they were drunk when they were saying.
Remember that club.
Right.
Got some sandwiches.
Awesome.
And some drinks and some chips. Some dessert. Okay, I'm going to put my stuff below.
Yeah, absolutely. I found no-see mesh for every hatch and the companionway, which I was so happy about.
Nice.
That is such a huge point. I also found a spinnaker, a jib for the cutter rig line, and one other sail as well. I found 3 other sails in the V-Bird.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm very excited. I haven't laid them out yet to look for damage or anything.
Look out, Patchy.
Yeah, Patchy, watch out, buddy.
Look out, buddy.
He's like, let me up.
Look out, buddy. Look out. Come down below. Look out, buddy. Yeah, you have to stay here, yeah. You can stay here, be a good boy. Yep. Look out. You can stay there, be a good boy. Nice.
Yeah, that companionway is so steep for him. I built him a ramp down there. That
All right, well, we can start this beast.
Okay, I have a few questions about the motor that I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know if I have a fuel gauge anywhere. So I have no idea to know how much diesel I have.
Phew, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so is there one on the tank possibly?
It could be.
Or... Okay, we'll look
Either that or you'll have a dipstick. If you find a stick that you don't know what it belongs to.
I think that fuel is one of those there on the left, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yes.
Yeah, which not knowing my fuel makes me real nervous, because I haven't filled any of my cans up front either, so I have no reserve fuel. I have started the motor twice since I moved on, and it did seem like it was pumping good water and everything, so.
I don't see a gauge, or I don't see, this is probably propane in here, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't see a gauge or a way to dipstick this thing.
I don't either, which makes me really nervous.
The only other way to do it would be to track the hours.
Yeah, and know what your fuel usage is.
Yep.
which I don't even know how much they had in it when I bought it. So that does make me a little concerned.
Yeah. Okay. So we got that going for us.
Right.
Some stuff floating around down there. Trash.
Yeah, that's one compartment I have yet to tackle, and
yeah, some things floating around here. Let's take the centerpiece out of here.
okay.
That way we can see what's going on.
All right. Yeah, I put that up the other night.
Maybe you can just lay right there. That's
Okay.
good, yeah. That may stay. It may stay for us just like that. Starts to flap around. Set this one up too.
Okay, and I'll roll that up.
Yeah. Rolls on the inside. That way it doesn't collect water.
Oh, I had it rolling then. That's why.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm learning.
Do I have it tight enough?
Yep. I'll get that going.
You get it?
There we go. Okay.
Get better. Sweet. The engine oil, yes. Engine oil's checked good.
Yep, I believe so.
And the through hole's open, obviously, otherwise.
Yes, I was running water through
Mhm.
before, so. And can you tell me what this switch does?
I don't know. Flip it up, see what
It
happens.
says,
Is it a Yanmar? It's a Yanmar in the engine.
yeah, it says check, and then it says illumination.
That could be the lights that behind there.
Okay,
You have like night for night.
okay.
It puts in the panel lights.
And so, with,
I like to turn the key. Yep, and then just wait a couple seconds. That way the fuel pump, low oil pressure lights. Now you can crank it. It's good. Oh man, front the fire's right up.
right, I love
It
that.
fired up before the survey too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it in gear right now? Because it seems like it's moving us a bit.
Nope.
Okay.
The just the force of the water being pumped out of the back of the boat might drive
That
it.
makes sense. I didn't even think of that.
Might drive it forward a little bit. So then this is when I would do my post-start checklist. I'd put all the nav on. Is the boat pull up or pull down? Do we need binoculars? All that crazy.
Okay,
All that stupid stuff.
I'm gonna go cut the electronics button on
Okay.
and see if we get power. Like I said, I don't know if it was just because I was hooked to shore power that it was actually working.
Yep, sounds good. It shouldn't matter actually
Did you
because
power on?
yep, because they're DC.
Yeah, and that. But I just remember during the sea trial we couldn't get anything to work, and so that's why I was unsure if maybe it was working for me because of the shore power or something like that. I'm still so unfamiliar with these systems.
It's beeping. Here it is. It's coming on.
Yeah.
There you go. I throw all those in the sink. Here you go. Good. It's going to be a little blowy, and we're going to be heeled over. So like the GoPro, the ashtray, is that all the stuff on the pedestal, all that's got to be stowed.
Okay.
'Cause it'll go flying.
My winch handle holder fell off in the middle of the night and scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Hey, the engine's running good.
all right.
Let's get the mainsail ready to go.
Okay. without it last time, but I'll definitely keep one up here just for.
In my bag, Ash, down below the blue bag, I have a can of spray lubricant.
Okay, I'll grab that.
Yeah, if you open up my blue bag and grab that thing, that was really cool.
Alright, here is a.
We'll spray the hell out of this.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too hard. Don't be bashful about rooting around in there. You should be able to find it.
Tether as well.
Nice. Yeah. It'll save us a lot of Make sure you get it. Don't unzip it all the way because that'll be a pain in the ass to get it rezipped. You want that zipper back far enough where when the sail comes up, it doesn't catch.
Okay. I'll take it just up to the edge. Oh, and it does. It runs extra. So
Right, exactly.
awesome.
Through that. Use up about half. Zip it back. About half the extra. Nice, right in there is good. Yeah, that'll allow that sail to come up.
All right, and then should we leave this connected like it is?
Yeah, we'll try that. See if you like that.
All right.
Don't do it completely, then the sail will fall down and it'll be in our way. It'll be a pain in the ass. Yeah. That red thing is just like that.
I'll keep an eye on this GoPro, but I do want it filming as much as possible.
Yep.
And if it falls, it falls. I'm not too worried about it.
Just spin the wheel both ways.
Okay.
So make sure you got good steering.
Make sure I'm centered where I think I am.
Exactly. Count the turns, make sure you got the right turns on each side.
1, In there, so
Centered up. Good.
this should be center.
Nice.
All right.
Bump it in gear.
Okay.
Bump it.
All right. It felt like it went into gear there. And I'm feeling some movement. I think we're just barely in gear.
Okay. Then back in reverse. Good. That's reverse for sure.
Okay.
Drive forward again. A little more. A little more. A little more. That's forward for sure.
There we go.
Okay. Excellent.
All right.
So now single hander. I think you should get the lazy lines first, like those two stern lines.
Okay.
I think you should toss those off.
After that.
They're lazy, right? So we can toss those off, no problem.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. I'll return to the helm for now until you give me other instruction.
Right. So now I think we should, here comes the scary part. Let's put the boat in gear.
Okay.
Idle forward. And then a little wheel to port. Try to get it.
Port.
Yep.
I have that one wrapped weird so Patchy can get on and off better. It's
Yep. That's our wheel to starboard.
wheel to starboard, okay.
One top below. Now you can see how the wheel controls the alignment of the boat.
Yes.
Nice.
And then when this hits the fenders, it should snug us, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And I don't know if I have a wheel lock.
Normally in the hub, you'd be able to tighten up that nut.
Okay. So, right.
No. Right in the center.
Yeah, I can't.
No? Okay.
But it doesn't feel like it's trying to shift on its own, so I think it'll stay, yeah.
And you can see how the spring line's against the stanchion a little bit. So when we come back, maybe once you flip those.
Over just a hair.
Yeah, but once you flip those, that line's going to be on the stanchion.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Oh yeah, and that will be good once I take that one off and swap them. Yeah.
You'll have to do it out the back. The little stopper unscrews,
Oh, okay, and then slide it all
slides out,
off.
and those slide off.
Okay, perfect.
So now you're going to leave the helm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes. It's a little scary.
Right? Motor's running in gear.
Motor's running in gear. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, so I don't steady. It is still bringing that bow around ever so slightly.
Yeah, nice. Now you're then the
now
neutral.
My stanchion is catching.
Yep. Now you're in the neutral, and then you're going to pull the line off quickly.
Okay.
Or you can switch off the back, however you want to do it. That'll open it forward. Okay, on the neutral. Pull that line up. Nice. Forward. Okay, now we're off and running.
Okay.
I'm going to take this line with us in case we need to practice.
And is my girl gonna?
Nice and easy, but it's pretty clear.
Oh, I'm so close to that. Oh no. Am I gonna hit my rod? No.
Nice. Yeah, that's a tight spot to get out of. So
It
not,
is.
Hey, not easy. Not an easy. And once you get going fast, you can put the boat into neutral.
Yep, just to slow it down for me so I have time to react.
I drive the boat in neutral a lot. The rudder doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's only looking for water flow. Now back into gear. The boat's starting to slow down. But I think we should come out here and do some circles and do some figure eights and do all that,
Awesome. Well, I am game for whatever you recommend. I love your teaching style and everything.
We'll back the boat up a little bit.
Okay. Ooh, that wind thing is moving up there. 13 knots right here.
Yeah, it is.
Is my wind generator? No, it's not putting on.
Nope. Yeah, it's blowy. We're a little protected back in here, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
When you're maneuvering the sailboat, you got to think what is the wind and current going to do to the boat.
And it looks like the current is going to the port side there.
The waves are always going to be perpendicular to the wind, and the bow is always going to be blown downwind more than the stern.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. We'll go out here in front of the pier.
Okay.
And we'll do some circles. And on these boats, Ash, it's always good to turn the boat up into the wind.
Okay.
When it's blowy like this.
So, do you want me to turn to port though to go in front of the dock?
Yeah,
correct?
We'll go in front of the dock.
Oh, I love it. I'm driving my boat. I mean, I drove it at the sea trial, but it's different now that it's mine.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Good view. Yeah, I like the boat. Doesn't like it.
It's really turned out to be an incredible vessel. I have not found much of anything wrong. It's in great condition. The top side is very cosmetically dirty, but everything else seems to just be in great shape. Refrigerator, shower, water pressure, everything seems to be doing really well. So,
yes. Let's do a 360.
okay.
All the way around.
Starboard?
Starboard, yes.
Into the wind, or we're kind of going downwind right now?
Starboard, yes. And now you're driving that bow up into the wind, and you may, if the wind's really blowing, you may need a little more throttle
to get it around.
Up and in. Now you're coming up into the wind. You're watching the masthead fly on top of the boat.
Yep.
Yep. Almost into the wind. Yep. Now almost into the wind. Almost into the wind. So let's go to neutral.
Okay.
What neutral does for you, the boat stops going forward, but you continue to turn.
So we can take a tighter rotation.
Yep. So now the boat's not going forward, but look at how the wind is pushing the bow around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we'll go around one more time.
Okay.
And you just have to be patient with it.
Yeah.
If you're getting what you want, don't do anything.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
And we are still turning, so.
Yeah. Now we're not going forward, so now you need some throttle. We'll go around one more time.
Okay. You watching Mama, Apache? What do you think? This is your first time moving on a boat.
Now we're going to drive the bow up into the wind again.
Okay. I love how this thing feels like it turns on a dime. I don't know how other sailboats turn, but I feel like this turns really tight.
Yeah, they will turn in the center of the boat. Really, it's kind of where the companionway, right like here, a little bit after the mast is where the pivot point of the boat is.
That makes me feel so much more secure knowing I can turn tight.
And when you turn in tight spaces, I actually want to go, where do I need the room? Where am I going to need the room, and how do I maneuver the boat to get there?
Yeah. So you basically want to keep the front of the companionway in the center of your space, if at all possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, you don't want to drive the boat into a position where you don't have the turning room.
Yeah.
So sometimes you cheat a little right or cheat a little left. Now we don't need forward, right?
Neutral.
The wind's going to catch the bow, it's going to spin us right down. Also, if the boat's turning clockwise and you need reverse, it's good because the prop walk, it's a right-handed propeller.
Yeah.
The prop walk is going to pull the stern to port,
Okay.
and that keeps the turn coming.
Awesome.
It makes sense. Right? If we were turning counterclockwise, Ash, and you needed reverse, the prop walk would fight the turn.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you kind of get yourself in a crack.
Okay.
So you got to be aware. If you're going to need reverse, then it's probably better clockwise.
Okay.
Because that will stop the turn. Let's go around one more time, and we'll use reverse this time.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and then forward again.
Yep.
What's up, YouTube? Hi.
A little bit of wind today is good.
Yeah, I like, you know,
That way you don't learn any bad habits.
Yeah.
You know, if it's flat out here, then I try not to. People get sloppy.
Yeah, because it's very forgiving.
Yes.
So, yeah, it looks like we're jumping between 6 and 13 out here. So that's a good.
Yeah, the wind's going to build all morning. So.
Yeah, I heard we got gale force coming. I was listening to my VHF. So. I'm going to go to neutral once we cross over the wind.
Right. And you're watching that bow pulpit to make sure it continues to turn.
Yep. And then now I'm going to go to neutral.
Yeah, no hurry. Right.
And then once we start to slow down, I'll go to reverse, correct?
All right, yeah. Turn going.
All right, we are slowing down just a hair.
This boat has a tendency to lay into the wind a little bit, so you may need some forward.
Okay, a little more now?
Yeah, a little more forward, yeah. See how it turns kind of stopping? And that'll drive the boat.
Okay.
Yep. So let's go into reverse and a bunch of throttle. Right in reverse. Yeah, good. Just like that. Good. Now wheel this way. Right. You can almost spin it in place. Back to neutral. Nice. Yeah. So the only point is, you know, if you want the stern to go that way, then your head goes that way and the wheel goes that way. If you want the stern to go that way, then the head goes that. You get yourself in trouble where you're looking one way and spinning the wheel.
Well, I get that because I'm a motorcycle rider.
Right,
and
you got to look.
Similar,
Yeah,
so.
until you have a lot of experience, you got to look the direction you want the stern to go.
Okay, so I need to be looking this direction here.
Yeah. So let's drive the bow up into the wind, and we'll do another circle with reverse. All right. Throttle, and then we put. See, the wind's got the. Yeah. So, a subtlety is that if the boat's backing up, even though the transmission isn't forward, you got to drive like the boat's backing up.
Yes, because you're still moving reverse as far as the rudder.
So what happened right there was the boat was still backing up. You spun the wheel like the boat was going forward because you put the transmission forward.
Yeah, and I'm thinking forward, but really we were still moving backwards.
So that's what we got us a little sideways. Now we can go into neutral because we got plenty of speed. We're going to turn a real tight circle. Get the keel flattening out the water there. That's cool. Yep.
Oh, it is. It's such a beautiful day to sail. It's like the perfect amount of wind.
Yeah, look. The overcast is kind of nice. Now I think a little forward to kind of get us.
Are you good enough to park this thing under sail if we run out of gas?
The trouble is we'll be upwind. So that's the bad news.
We'll be in trouble.
Yeah, we'll be a little bit of trouble. Now reverse. Okay. That's good right there. Nice. Really good. Let's back her up in there.
Okay.
So I'm hard because now you're trying to drag. The reason why I'm doing this to you is you're trying to drag that bow up in the wind. Really hard to do. Really hard to do. Keep that bow up in the wind like that. Slow it down. Yep. And you can't lose control of the bow. So it's 25% of the time actually looking behind you. 75% is to the bow.
Okay.
You get yourself in trouble because you lose control of the bow. Yep. 25% back there, 75% forward. Yep.
So then I can see my movement against the trees.
Little wheel, that little wheel. There you go, nice. Let the bow swing. The bow is pushing the stern. A little fast, so I'm gonna put you back in the neutral. Nice.
And now if I wanted to correct this way, I would turn my head over to the right.
And then you're watching the bow.
Yep.
Watching the bow. Looking at the bow, looking back. Yep. So little wheel starboard. There you go. Let that bow swing downwind a little bit. Nice. Nice. Yep. And you have to wheel this way. Wheel that way. Nice. Get the direction going. Wheel towards me a little bit. Right. There you go. Right down the center. Nice. Watching that bow. You can't lose control of the bow. Nice. Get in there. You're in neutral, so you don't have any prop walk. So the stern.
It's a little more stable, it feels like.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Don't touch. If you get what you want, don't touch anything. Don't touch nothing. Bow's starting to move a little bit. That you caught it good.
Keep it on that one tree right there.
Nice. Yeah, this is going really well. Back in a sailboat, way difficult.
I like it.
Even like
this feels very stable.
Yep. Even Hans was like, "Hey, I would need a tiller to do this." But,
yeah, and I can drive it just from the bow. I don't even hardly have to look back. You're exactly right. That's where I can really tell how I'm turning. And
so now the bow's coming down a little bit, so you're getting over towards the weeds. So you need to. That's right. You need the stern to go that way a little bit. Bow up into the wind. Nice.
So I'll go a couple degrees. That was not bad at all. Let's hope it's that easy on a
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go up and forward. We'll get out of here.
Okay.
And let's do a lot of throttle. Because you don't want to be in no man's land. There you go. There you go. Now we're going forward. That's good. Yep. You want those transitions between forward and reverse to be short. Yeah, that was well done.
Thank you.
That was well done.
I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, not bad at all. So.
How much are those shirts? Can I buy one of those shirts?
Yes, I'll give you one.
Oh, I would love one. I will advertise for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna go on YouTube too. So.
Great. So let's come out here. We'll do figure eight.
Okay.
Do 1 or 2 figure eights. Let us lay down. Go. Only as fast as you want to hit something. That's the rule.
Right. So I should never move at all.
Yeah. So why do we need the pier?
Right. Oh my! I'm sorry. I'm gonna act like a little girl, but I'm so excited right now.
Stand in front of the camera.
I am so excited. This is so much fun. All right, I'm gonna bring us in front of the pier again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
I hear you, Apache.
You want to be up here? I'm sorry, baby. We don't have the lifeline netting installed yet. You need to stay down.
Yeah, it's what cost extra.
Yeah, and I did buy my lifeline netting from Sailrite. I'm going to install it probably tomorrow or the next day, and so it'll be a lot safer up here.
Yep.
Nice. I'm going to head right for that marker down there. All right. We are down to 0.6 knots of wind. 0.3. We're down to no wind. Oh, it's because we're going with the wind.
Exactly.
That's the apparent, or is that the?
No, you're looking at the apparent.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I feel so official. Got my little chart plotter. This is not as nearly as scary as I thought the ICW was. I'm so scared of the ICW because it feels shallow and narrow. And
It'll be a non-event for you.
Okay, well, let's hope so.
Yeah, let's turn around and do a figure eight.
Okay, starboard?
Yep, starboard up into the wind. We have no room on that side. Driving that bow up in the wind.
And then head straight to the dock and then go to port?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I'm going to oversteer probably until I get used to it. Oh, no, good.
Yeah, good well.
All right, I'm going to go just a hair this way so I don't get too close to that fishing boat.
Yeah, exactly. You're thinking the right thing. Okay, where do you need the room? You know, so if you room there, you want to
Go forward a little more. I know we have plenty of room. I just want to make sure I'm overly cautious. And then, all right, I'm going to cut her to port. So
right, so we go to neutral.
And then now the wind is going to push us down once we get passed over here.
Exactly. You see, if we need to reverse though in this direction, the stern would go this way, and the turn would want to stop.
Yeah, and it's going to try and take us sideways.
Right. Yep. So let's try reverse. See what happens.
Okay.
The wheel starboard. Okay. See the prop walk? It's not working that great, is it?
No.
The prop is pulling the stern support. You'll eventually have enough speed to overcome that.
Yeah.
You'll eventually get enough speed to overcome that. So the purpose of that was, clockwise turn way better.
Yes.
If you're going to need reverse.
And I'm moving backwards, so I want to steer like I'm going in reverse.
Yep.
Until I'm stopped, and then I can straighten up.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I'm actually turned all the way to starboard.
Yeah. Let's go back to our figure 8. Let's start the figure 8 over again.
Okay. I'm sorry, Patchy. Go lay down, baby. Go lay down. It's okay, Laska. I know this is your first time on a moving boat. I'm not there to comfort you.
Yeah, it's okay, puppy.
You're gonna have to get used to it. This is our life now, baby. All right, I got a vessel coming towards us. Let them pass port to port.
Yep.
And I'm gonna run straight at this direction until they go a little bit past us, and then we'll loop behind them.
Yep, I like that too.
Now I'll go ahead and go to port. And this way we will hit his wake at a 45. Not that it matters, it's pretty small, but I need to prepare for bigger ships, so we hit that wake just right. And keep turning to port. Ooh, the wind interrupted. We hit 15 knots for a second.
Yeah, it's blowing.
Alright.
Nice. So let's come up alongside this face dock and we'll dock.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up the starboard side and just keep turning. Is that alright?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And then it'll be my job to lasso. We can do a spring on aft.
You want to do Captain Ron style?
Yeah, I love that movie. So I'll lasso a cleat.
I'm going to neutral for just a second.
That we can use for a spring line.
I'm going to head straight at the dock until I'm last second, and then I'll cut it.
Yeah, wheel hard port.
Okay.
Yep. And you need some throttle.
Yep.
Driving that bow in the wind. That's it. So you as a fleet manager, go forward, drive forward. Get forward. No problem.
Okay.
We'll try to show this one to the dock next.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's one down here at the very end.
Oh, yeah, there
I'll
is.
bring you right to it. I'll try to in a base. All right.
Good. Good now. Drop it on.
Okay.
And then you're going to have to stop the boat.
And then,
I'm going to take that tension.
okay, and then away from the dock.
Yep, no problem. Throttle. Yep.
Will it straighten us up if I keep it to port?
Yep. Real hard starter. Yep.
And then you can pull us in by the...
Yeah, I'm just going to keep here.
Okay.
So you'll need more throttle. Nice and go. Yep, just drive right over here. Yep. Nice. Yep. Don't go too hard, so throttle off a little bit. Right back on again.
Okay.
More throttle. Really nicely done, actually.
Thank you.
Yep. Now hold the boat here.
Okay. Since we're spring lined, I can go to port, correct? And it will hold the boat.
Right. Wheel controls the alignment of the boat. And then the throttle controls the amount of closure of the pin. If it's really blowy or the wind's blowing out, sometimes it's a real struggle to keep the boat pinned.
Yeah. That was really fun.
Yep. So for the purposes of training, let's go to neutral. We'll let the boat float out again.
Yep, that wind will start to push us.
Yep. And then you can bring it alongside again.
Okay.
Okay, up and forward. More throttle, there we go. Don't let the bow go. Yep, more throttle. Now throttle off a little bit, there we go. Watch the line, yeah, it's not too hard. There you go, okay. More throttle. Yep, get the boat aligned.
So you want it straight?
Yep. Oh yeah, you got to bring it in straight. because with the boat's crooked like this, then the wind's got the bow.
Yeah. Okay, I thought we were going to go off and come back
Oh no, I'm
to
sorry.
the dock.
I'm just going to hang on to this thing.
Okay. I'll bring it straight again.
Yeah, go ahead and bring this alongside.
A little more throttle.
A little more throttle. There you go. That's good.
Yeah, and this should suck us right in.
Now the boat's moving, you may have to take a little of that off. So it's,
Yeah, so that I can come in very controlled.
Yep.
I like
More throttle.
that.
More
Yeah.
throttle. Yep. We're just going to work right in. We'll keep the boat aligned. More throttle.
Perfect. Nice.
Really nice, Ash. Yeah, that's well done. Oh, you got leading gear. Leading gear.
Yep, that way we don't move back from the wind.
Yep. Yep. Now you would, we would take this line off, use the boat in gear, and then go around and get all the other lines.
Yeah, and get everything.
The bow line, get stern line, and then only when you're all tied up, then it's
Take
neutral.
it out of
It's
gear.
neutral, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we've come off just a little bit, some more throttle.
Okay.
More throttle.
Again, fighting that current.
Yeah, wind's blowing pretty hard.
Honestly, I feel comfortable enough just from doing this little bit that if I wanted to come out here for fun one day on a nice day, I feel like I could get out of there and
Yep.
just about get back in, especially if I had one person with me,
Yes.
and I've got a friend. I've already made a bunch of friends in the boat yard, but I could
Excellent.
definitely get somebody to come with. So, and it'll stay right there. I would be able to go and tie
Let's do
lines.
the same thing. We'll tie it up next to the blue boat.
Okay,
the
on
outside
that
here.
side. So if that's where they told me to park.
Yep.
Then, all
So
right, now leaving this.
Go to neutral. Yep, go to neutral. Yep. Now take this line off.
Okay. And let
Right.
the wind push me a
Yeah,
little.
loud, bow's going out. You don't want to back the stern into pier though, so you'll lean forward.
Yep.
Just drive it off. Nice. There you go. Wheel towards me, and that'll swing the stern out. Nice.
Yep, and get us away from damage.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to do a full circle and bring it in heading the same direction next to that
Sounds good.
vessel there.
Yeah, that was well done.
Thank you.
Let's
That
get-
felt good.
And that's a good single hander. Get the line off the dock mast, get the boat settled, then you can run around and get all the other lines.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can even lay the lines on the lifelines. That way the dock master can just pull them off.
Can I test my autopilot towards that marker?
Yes.
I haven't tested it yet, so I'm curious to see if it will work. So I'm going to point us at that marker real quick and then engage auto.
Then lock the wheel.
Yep, so I've got to do this and then do this lever, correct?
Yep. Lever.
Okay.
Then you have an auto button somewhere.
Yeah, the auto only one I know is right here. I don't think it's hooked into my chart plotter. All right, now I'm gonna go cook his lunch. No. I do want to see if it now maybe hit -10, and we'll see if it.
Yep, it's coming.
Good, awesome. My depth's not working.
Valuable crew member.
Yes, I'm very excited that that's operating.
Yep, you're back to standby.
Okay, and I guess my depth meter is not working, which is an issue, but
You have to see if the transducer is screwed into the hull.
yeah. Well, they're gonna pull it out at Sailcraft, so I'll check everything then.
A lot of folks will take their transducer out so it doesn't get all gummied up.
What does it look like? Because I might have it on the boat.
It looks like almost like a wooden plug type deal. It's plastic, black, it's threaded on the top, squarish on the bottom. boat, you know, you always kind of have to keep an eye on what they're doing. Make sure the line's underneath the lifelines.
Yeah, that they're not going to damage them.
Right.
I'm going to slow us down just a touch by going to neutral. I'm going to let this wind break us. And I'm going to go forward and port.
You don't have to get real close. You can see how far I'm at here.
Yeah, that's true. You've got quite a long...
No closer than like 2 feet or so.
Okay. I'm going to slow us down again. Go back into gear.
Whoops.
I'm going to go to neutral first and let
neutral.
us slow and stop. Now forward.
I don't have the hook yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not strong enough to hold it.
Oh, no. I don't know what to do.
It's okay. That flip back.
I'll turn to starboard.
Okay, now it's up in the port.
Okay.
There we go. Now wheel to port, right? A little more throttle. There we go. A little more throttle. Nice, there you go. I'll take up tension. Okay, line's tense. There you go.
Now I should walk us in.
We need a little more throttle. See, we'll move it back. There you go. Then you're working on line. Nice. There you go. You're in.
Awesome. And then I can turn to port, leave it in gear.
Yep. When it's blowing, you may need a little more throttle. It'll take a couple seconds for the boat to settle down. Yep. So don't be in a hurry. And once you get here, don't be in a hurry. Make sure the boat's settled down.
Yeah.
You better have a little excess throttle than not enough, because when you leave the helm,
If it starts floating back.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If the wind kicks
So
up.
make sure it's good and pinned. A little more
There.
throttle. A little more throttle. A little more. Right there. I like that. That way you know when you leave the helm, that boat's going to stay put. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let go of the wheel.
Awesome.
Neat. Yeah. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it one more time.
Okay. Neutral.
All right.
Take the line off. Okay, you're free.
And I'm just going to let us float away from the dock until
Sure.
we're safe, and then I'll motor us out of here.
And that's how you get into a tight place. How big is the boat?
34.
34? They'll put you into a 40-foot spot.
Okay.
So you come in at 45 degrees, get the spring line off, tied, and then
Walk yourself.
right, once your stern clears the boat behind you, then you take up tension on the line and don't let the boat go forward any further.
Okay.
Yep. But if you're by yourself, you'll need to make sure that the dock gate, has its shit together.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's got minimum wage. They're in bad attitudes. They're on parole.
Yeah, right.
So.
Alright. Checking behind us, no other obstacles, no vessels. 360 sight, looks like we're good. Why is my... Oh, there, well, it's starting to turn. I don't know why my wind generator's not working.
Some of them have a brake on it. So when the batteries are fully charged, they won't spin.
Oh, okay, and they probably are. I've been on shore power for so long.
That thing won't spin.
Okay.
Or it could be broken. I don't know.
It was working when we came to look at the boat, so it was spinning good. So I think it probably is working. But... All right. Yeah, this is actually not that much harder than the 22s that I parked in ASA.
Great.
It's really the same exact thing. It's not.
In a
we
lot of-
pulled into a slip. But
In a lot of ways, the bigger the boat, the easier it is.
less affected by the wind and everything.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna slow down a hair.
Oh
don't
yeah, I
moving
like
fast.
slow. Yep.
Me too.
I'm a slow advocate.
And I'm still fast.
I got it. Take out tension. Line's tight.
Should suck us in. A little more throttle. Slow and steady. Nice, that went well.
So, I'll tee this off here. If we were in a tight space, you could turn the wheel to starboard and back out that way, or spin the wheel to port, swing the bow out.
And leave this line.
Leave that line on there.
Swing us
But
out.
if you're in a real tight space, Ash, the best way to do it is with the spring line aft.
Okay.
There's a cleat right here, and you could run to this cleat, and then you would back up against the spring line aft, and that would swing the physical.
And if I have that one still, I can control how much I come in or out with that front line.
You may need some help on swinging the boat out, but we spent a month in Miami Beach one year, and I was parked between two huge mega yachts.
Oh.
The boat in front of us was 135 feet. I mean, it was way out. There's no way I could swing the bow out.
Yeah.
So I ran a spring line forward to the pier, and I backed up against it,
And swung your
and then
rear
swung the bow out.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
The bow would swing. If this line ran forward, I have to imagine it. This line ran forward, and it would swing the bow way out.
Oh, yeah. That
And then
makes
once the
sense,
bow
yeah.
cleared, I was up in the forward. We pulled the line off when we were going.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. So.
Yeah, and she looks like she is pretty stable right there at this RPM. So.
Yep. So turn the wheel to port and see how far she'll swing.
Full to port.
Yep, full to port. Yeah, the wind's gonna get the bow. We're gonna be off the line here in a little bit. Yeah, that's good. See, that's good, right?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, I'll untie it so we can get going.
All right.
Okay, you're untied.
Straighten her up just a touch to not hit the dock with the stern.
Nice. All right. Want to do some sailing?
Yes, I really do.
Let's head out. Red's on the right, returning home. Returning home, right?
Yes. Red right returning.
I'll drive so you can work the sails.
Okay. There you go. And turn pretty hard to port.
Excellent. Let's take that center.
Yeah, I'm going to take it all the way off. It was
It's in the way.
just a little bit. So. Okay. Oh, I love it.
So I think reefing.
I've never reefed a sail in my life.
If you're having thoughts like, hey, maybe I should reef, yes. If there's any doubt, there is no doubt. Put a reef in.
Especially single-handed, and that's why when I asked for that day, does this have a third reef? And I think Hans was like, if you need a third reef, you just don't need to be out. Well, I'm like, well, if I'm down cooking and there's possible with dust, I would love to have that third reef just as an insurance that I don't need to move fast.
Yeah. When I was an instructor at Battistern Sailing Center, we were not allowed to put a third reef in the boat.
Okay, we'll record. And another thing, I'm a terrible student. I'm going to have a cigarette in my mouth going, yeah, I'm such an addict when it comes to nicotine.
I do coffee, so.
Oh, I'm a coffee holic.
Yeah, Apache, it's okay, buddy.
It's okay, buddy. Mama's right here. Throw my life this way. I'm just going to try and get in the habit of always wearing it.
Good plan.
Single-handing. I mean, it's going to be bad enough to watch my boat sail away from me.
Yep.
But if I can't float, it's even easier.
power boats come together, right? It's the power boat on the right that is the standoff vessel.
Yes.
So he would be the giveaway. Those good old boys, they need to be watched.
They don't always understand.
Yeah. If we were going to be downwind for a long time, I would just roll the head sail out.
Yes.
Don't worry about the main.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yeah, and just let the head sail just drag the boat downwind.
This stuff here. Back down below. Alright. Bought an extra canister for this too in case I can
You can rearm it.
rearm it immediately so I don't get in trouble. They're like $50, $60. It's just for CO2 market. And if we were not motoring at all and we were completely under sail, they have to go around us regardless of whether we're on a port or starboard tack or anything.
That's exactly right. The way I coach right away, Ash, is there's the micro and then there's the macro. I start with a micro between two sailboats. And it's a 3-step process between sailboats. First step number 1, who's on port tack, who's on a starboard tack. Right, wind's coming over the starboard side, right? You're on a starboard tack. Wind's coming over the port side, you're on a port tack. A port tack sailboat is always the giveaway vessel to a starboard tacker. Yep. Then, if you're side by side on the same tack, whoever is windward is the giveaway vessel. Then, if you can't figure out those first two, it's probably an overtaking situation. And if you're passing somebody, you're always the giveaway vessel, no matter what, because it's a separate nav rule. Even if you're a sailboat passing a power boat, if you're passing, you're the giveaway vessel, always. Yep, always. And you can pass on either side, doesn't matter. Then the macro is a little complicated because it's based on status, what the vessel is doing.
So like fishing vessels always have the right way if they don't. Or I'm in like the net once.
Well,
If it gets in the water, right? Correct. Okay. Learn a little bit from you too.
yeah. So the jingle is new reels catch fish, so purchase some. New reels catch fish, so purchase some. So the Mac Daddy of all right of way is a vessel not under command, and for new. Underway, not making way, unable to keep out of the way of others. Hey, attention all vessels in the Bay River, the sailboat friends, and we've run out of fuel, and we're underway, not making way,
That might happen.
and not under command. So we're drift. So then new reels R is restricted in ability to maneuver by nature of the work, like a dredge or a cable layer, not getting out of your way. C is constrained by draft, a big ship in a narrow channel, not getting out of the way. We were Julie and I were coming in the government cut down at Miami Beach one year. We were doing a healthy 7. The Carnival Cruise Liner Escapade coming in like a healthy 25.
Behind y'all or
Behind us. Gonna run us right the hell over. Narrow ship, right? Big ship in narrow channel, not turning. Gonna run us right over. So you spun around behind it, came in. So that's C, constrained by draft.
I think I am gonna grab my glasses.
New reels catch. F is fishing vessels. Like you said, you gotta have nets and trawls in the water. And then sailboats, and then power boats, and last are seaplanes. They didn't know what to do with seaplanes, so they stuck at the end.
Yeah. Just like, well, figure it out.
Yeah. So new reels catch fish or purchase them, all based on status. And what I didn't mention is towing. Just because a vessel is towing, they don't get any special status. By the letter of the law, they're just another power boat. However, the tug is underpowered, barge is overloaded, wind is blowing, current's running.
Probably use common sense.
They need a wide berth, yeah, because they're not getting out of your way. So, but they don't give those tows status because they want that captain to be in control of that tow at all times. That's the going in position. The captain is in control of that tow at all times. Now, sometimes they'll put themselves in that status. They'll go, attention all vessels in the Bay River. This is the Island Queen. I'm towing a quarter-mile dredge pipe. You know, I'm restricted in my ability to maneuver. So, request all concerned traffic contact us on channel 16 or 13, whatever. Okay, I think it's about time for the mainsail.
All right.
So,
into the wind.
Yep.
I'm just going to talk through how I would if you weren't here.
Yep.
I would think we would point into the wind, correct?
Yep. Main sheet first. Main sheet back here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yep, that's good. And you want some slack in that main sheet, Ash, so that way the boom can ride up.
Okay, and what do you mean by that? With the traveler here?
Or slack.
Okay.
Slack in the main sheet.
So I will release...
I'm from Philadelphia, so if you don't understand me, you just got to ask me to repeat myself. I'm used
so
to that.
I'll release this sub.
Right, yep. And all this has to get unhanked and untied here.
Okay, so tighten it back up. I'll lock it again. There's locked.
Yep.
And I'll
So you want that boom to be a little floppy,
okay.
because that way you're not stressing the sail as it goes up. Make sense?
Yes.
Nice. There you go.
Done here.
Yep.
I don't want that to go
That'll be
into the prop or anything.
kind of mine to work here. So
And
now,
now I'll release it just a little, you said?
yeah, just a little bit. There you go. Like right there is good, just so it has a little bit of play in it.
Okay.
And now I'll get the boat into the wind. And let's put 2 reefs in today. So the first opportunity to hook up that floppy ring.
I'm going to go ahead and hook it.
Okay, yeah, hook it. And get the luff tight. Do you have the handle?
I'm sorry?
The handle? Okay. Yep, put it down, yep. You're going to get it by hand as much as you can, and then put it on the winch. And we pulled the lazy jacks out of the way to make this easy, allegedly.
Alright, it looks like we're in the wind.
Okay.
That lubricant's helping.
Oh yeah. Too much sail?
No, it's too close to the mast. Get this one good. Okay, this one I need to get it. Okay, do you hook both rings? Just one.
Just one. Now we have to tighten up either the blue one or the red one. I don't know which one it is.
Okay, I'm going to try blue first.
Oh shit! What's the tide?
Okay, I don't think red is either then. Oh no, red's not. I see red there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a knot in red.
In the hole? Yeah.
Okay.
Can you get a knot?
Figure 8, I guess.
There we go.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
This is reef 2, so this should be the right one. So now I'll pull red.
Yeah. Hey, you get tied to the sail, Ash.
Huh?
You get tied to the sail.
Oh, okay.
It's tied right in here.
Oh, okay.
That way you can tighten it down.
Okay, so I have to tie this one.
Right. The red
Oh,
gets,
pull it forward.
right. The red gets tied right here.
Okay, I see now. Yeah, and run it through the cell.
Oh yeah. Yep.
There we go. And I'll run my blue one through when we get back, I guess. Yep.
Just slap it a little too much.
We are still dead into the wind, good though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right,
Tight.
I'll tighten her up.
Yep. As much as you can,
And then this.
and lap it down. Good. Yep.
Okay.
Will hold.
Yep, think so. Yep. Awesome.
Excellent.
All right, well that was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
Woo, we're sailing.
Now when you reef, like the sail trim goes all to hell. You're just kind of doing the best you can with it.
Right. I'm gonna kind of get behind you so I can hear
Mhm.
good and see exactly what you're doing. And
Yep. So we got.
look, what's beautiful.
Yep, we got 2 reefs in. So let's roll out that head sail.
All right. And then we'll want to pull it out on this side.
Right.
And let me think. Hold on. I might be slow at this. But I'm
Mhm.
going to think for a second. I need to undo this first.
Right.
Correct? And it is still sitting there from when you tied it up for me. You toggled it up. Slide here. Perfect. There.
So we don't want to put it all the way out.
Okay.
So let's put it out. Yeah, I don't know how big it is either.
So once
think it's
this is
pretty big.
released, then I'll release the starboard side,
Yep.
correct? The lazy
The lazy side.
sheet.
We'll complete that.
I'm just thinking through this because I've never done it but
Mhm.
once or so. So I'll free that,
Yeah, it's good.
and then
Let's pull it out with that. Now, so before we roll it out, let's put that over this side of the cleat though, like that. Yeah. This is what's gonna keep the sail from coming all the way out.
okay.
So I'm gonna control how much sail comes out. I'm not gonna fight you. Let's see if I stop it like that.
Yeah,
Then
that
it's not
stops
coming
how
out.
much I can.
Let's try that right there. So cleat off the furling line. Cleat that off a bit. Cleat off the furling line. Nice.
Nice.
Let's tighten up that head sail just a little bit, the handle.
Okay.
Nice.
This one has a square on it. Does it still work?
It should have a little button, little thumb wheel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just helps it to lock in place.
yeah, it just locks in place with the thumb wheel. Tighten that up. Tighten that down just a hair.
I love these self-bailing Lamar winches.
Yeah, I like that right there. It's good. Nice. Okay, you got the helm.
Awesome. Let's see, is that still recording? It is. I'm gonna risk my phone and put it back here. Just a touch.
Looking good. Oh man, pulled the blue line out of the boom.
I know. It's so disappointing. I don't know how to run that through, but I'll figure it out. We're on a beam reach.
Yep. You'll untie the red line, tie the thin line to that, pull the thin line through.
And then run it to the other pulley.
Right, yeah, and then pull the red line back again.
Okay. Like you're doing electrical work.
Maybe
wiring.
2 lines. Yeah, 2 lines. You run 2 lines, one to get the red line back, and the other to pull the
blue one through. Okay. Maintaining a beam reach. When I did my ASA course, instead of doing the man overboard drills, for me, they let me single hand because they knew I'd be single handing, and they let me do pup overboard drills. So
yeah. Yeah, dogs are swimming. So one way to train your dog is to put it off the swim platform, bring it on, then put it off, bring it on, put a patchy off, bring it on, give him a treat.
Yeah, every time.
Then slowly work him off further and further, and he knows if he swims back to the swim platform, he gets a treat.
Yeah.
Then put him off the side, so he swims around. So I go through a lot of trouble to make this thing up and get it. So what I'll do is I'll loop it up like this, and I'll reach through the center like this.
Yep.
Twist it a couple times.
And then hang it on that cleat.
Hang it on there like that.
Yeah, that way we don't get tripped up in it or get it off the side of the boat or
Same
anything.
thing with this
With the reefing line.
This guy here.
All right. Well, I've got a project for when we get back. I'll run that blue line back through the boom.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's all right. I mean, that's the best things to learn. I need to learn when I do that and make that mistake, why I made the mistake, how to prevent it, and how to fix it. So
that should be tied a little closer too.
Okay.
A little tighter.
But that's great. I want things like that to go wrong while I have somebody here that knows what they're doing with me, so that I can learn from those mistakes. And
you're like, no, it came off. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I learn more from my mistakes than I do from my success. So I always, when I was a welder and a construction worker, I used to take that term to heart, that I learned more from the things I messed up than I did from the things I got right the first time. So I am totally fine to make errors as long as I learn from them and try not to make that error ever again, right? We are sailing, YouTube. We are sailing. And I'm going to be terrible and smoke another cigarette. John, you don't have anything to do. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's go to Bermuda right now. Go. Let's go.
Good trip. 5-6 days.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but that might be my first destination. Because I don't want to go to the Bahamas and then fight the wind to the Virgin Islands. I may go to Bermuda and then shoot south.
Yeah,
So.
let's do it that way.
It's a little scary of a thought because I have so little experience, but you know, I'm not really scared of that kind of stuff. I should probably be more scared than I am, but yeah, we are going 4 knots, or no, it's 4 miles an hour. So
jibing, just like tacking, now let's get out of here a little ways. Jibing, tacking, no big deal. Most important thing about a jibe is, like, that boom's got to be centered before you turn the boat.
yeah, so tightened up on my, and this is, what is this called?
Oh,
I know it myself.
That's the main sheet.
Okay, so that's called the main sheet. And
Main sheet always connects the boom to the traveler.
okay. And then the outhaul is what holds the boom up, correct?
Topping lift holds the boom up.
Okay, and the outhaul is
It tensions the foot of the sail
Oh, so our
back.
reefing line is kind of doing that by pulling backwards
Exactly.
on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what you're doing. You with the reefing line, that red line back there, that's the reefing clue.
Okay.
And it's tensioning both the leech and the foot by pulling that.
And so if I wanted to trim my sail out really far, I would have to loosen up on that, correct, to let it swing out some.
The main sheet.
And the reefing line, or can the reefing line stay as tight as it is?
I would stay. I would keep the reefing line.
Okay.
Now, if you were a really good sail trimmer, downwind, you would loosen the outhaul a little bit to put some more belly in the sail.
Okay, to get a little more power.
Yeah, but
so.
we're not out here racing today. So
Yeah.
on our race boat, we would on the downwind we would ease the outhaul a little bit to put some belly in the sail.
Okay. And I'm glad I'm getting all this on video because I can go back and watch this 4 and 5 times over and over, and I can listen to everything you've been telling me.
So right now, the only function of the topping lift is to keep the boom from falling on the bimini when the sail's not up.
Okay. Yeah, because when the sail's up, it's holding the boom up,
Right.
correct? Okay.
So with the sail up, you should have some slack in the topping lift,
Okay.
which we don't have right now. See, the topping lift is pretty tight.
Yes.
So
And how? Oh, and that line is up on the mast as well, and that's the red and white one.
I think it's over here
On the port side, yeah, I see it now. Okay, I'm just trying to learn what my lines do where and.
So I'm going to ease this topping lift to here.
Okay.
We've got to be careful when we put the sail down that we don't.
Yeah, because it's already pretty close. Yeah, to the. Yeah, I see now. That makes sense. Ooh, I felt a gust there. We got some wind. We are heeled over.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just put a little slack in the topping lift. You know,
Try and keep us at a beam reach.
and since we have two reefs in, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
So really, we should ease the main sheet, push up on the boom, and tighten the reefing
To
line
raise it up.
when it's in the wind.
Okay.
If the sail's all the way up, then it's not a problem. But a lot of times, the reefing line is not tight enough to hold the boom up
Okay.
off the bimini. So we'll need to keep a little eye on that.
I want to change. When I get back, I'm going to mess with this Garmin too, because I would rather my GPS speed be in knots, not miles an hour. But
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of these little cars has come off the track.
okay. Woo!
Back in.
We got some wind. I feel like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy when he's out there in that lake and he's talking to his dad and he gets that big gust of wind.
Let's continue to work it down and then we'll jibe.
Okay.
We'll jibe around.
See, I'm so scared of that word jibe, but I shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. Nope, no big deal. So the boom is pretty well centered.
So it's not going to move far in a jibe anyways. Yeah. Heading 140. All right.
So the helmsperson goes, prepare to jibe. First words out of my mouth as a crew member is stand by. So I want to make sure the boom's centered.
Okay. So I'll say prepare to.
Smoked ham and cheese or oven roasted white turkey and cheese.
You pick. I love all food. I am not picky whatsoever.
I'll take the turkey.
All right.
Get the smoked.
Sounds
I've
good.
got chips and then a banana cream flavored pie,
Awesome. You
which
really
is mostly chemicals. Really,
right.
it's a chemical pie.
A lot of fructose.
The expiration date's in like 2026. So
right. Stays good
they
forever.
could put it in a smaller container, but they wouldn't be able to list all the ingredients in the back of it. You know?
right.
It up just a little bit. There you go. That's good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for lunch.
Yeah, no mayo or anything on it, so it's a hard shipment.
I got mayo if you want it.
You're not getting any of this, buddy. No.
I actually need to feed him. I didn't give him food this morning. Are you snorting because you're mad, buddy?
You get more of your fish.
Oh, awesome.
Going
Thank
from the
you.
bottom.
I love it. We are sailing. Yeah, Sailcraft is going to do my cutlass bearing, my rudder post inspection. I'm going to have them do a full rigging inspection because they got the boom. They can just go right up and look. I'm going to pull the walls out of the interior so they can remove the chain plates and check those. And then that's probably about all I'm going to have them do. Maybe look at a little bit of the electrical. And then I'm heading out. I'm going on Hans's theory that if it's 85% ready, then we set sail. Okay, so I know this was a super long video, but I did want to post all of the footage that I had. A lot of it actually got cut off because my cell phone filled up and ran out of storage, and my GoPro battery finally ran out on that shakedown cruise. But John is super knowledgeable, extremely good teacher. I just felt so comfortable with him. He's so patient. And he does such a good job of articulating what he's trying to tell you to do. So I highly recommend, if you're a beginner like me and you're in North Carolina and you need a professional captain to show you the ropes, check out the description. I will have all of John's information there. Very reasonable too. It's not very expensive. And I can't say enough about how much it's worth to get correct and accurate training on your own boat. So ASA 101 was great. Being on a Catalina 22 taught me a lot about the fundamentals and basics of sailing, but it does not even compare to the amount of impact that it will have on my adventures compared to being trained by an expert on my own boat. So it was worth its weight in gold. I'm just so excited and so glad that I got to spend this time with Captain John. So again, if you are interested and you're in the area, check out the description and I'll have all of John's information in there. Again, I know this was a super long video, a little bit dry at times, but I wanted to put all of it for other beginners like myself because it has so much great information about solo docking and about rights of way and navigation and just a ton of good information for anyone else that's beginning something like this like myself. So all right, thanks.